Hello, everybody. Joe Marquez here, your friendly neighborhood ed tech coach, and I want to share with you Google's Read Aloud that you can now use within Google Classroom as long as you have the Google for Education Plus account. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into a classroom here, and I'm going to select Classwork. Now, in this classwork section, I can hit the create button and you're going to create an assignment. Now, in the assignment, we now have this button for a read along. So I'm going to jump in here and select new read along. What this is going to do, it's going to open up to the read along library, and you can come over here and you can select the different passages or different stories that students can read based on grade level. I can click on grade level and select my grade level, or based upon Lexile level of your readers. I'm going to go ahead and select a grade level. I'm going to select 4. And then what you can do is you can check down here to see if it's a standalone reading or if there are questions in here for, to make sure that they understand what they are reading, right? Comprehension type questions. So I'm going to go ahead and select a dancer's tale. Pop it in right there. And here what I can do is I can look at this dancer's tale. I can see, okay, it is a leveled reading for grades 3 and 4 at a 740 Lexile level. And I can get who wrote that book and everything right there. I can even go through and see what the story looks like for the students as they would read it. I can see what the comprehension questions are as I go through this. And if I like this, I can select this attach button, right? And I want to attach it as a read aloud with comprehension and reading data. This is key. What this will do is as students are reading these selections, it's checking for accuracy. It's checking for word enunciation, phonics, and it's checking for reading fluency. And so once we have attached this to a Google Classroom activity, all we got to do is then hit assign right up here. And now our students will be able to click and view that work. I went ahead and did one already so you can see what happens after the students are done. So after the students are done, they'll of course say, I am finished and turn in their results. And you can see this on your teacher dashboard. You can see how they did with this read along, right? I can see that this student had 100% accuracy. There were 114 words were read correctly independently. You can even check, like if they called you over and asked for help, you can see how many of those words needed help, how many words were incorrectly read, and how many words were skipped or not read. I can even scroll down, and what this does is shows me the student's overall progress from all the read alouds that you've assigned. You can see how they did at the beginning and how they have progressed all the way through. Their reading accuracy, their reading speed. You can see all of these Lexile measures. Have they increased with their Lexile level? Have they not? It's a really great tool that is a quick and easy push for our students. But I always like to do this. But wait, there's more. Let's say that you can't find a an assignment or sorry, a reading that you really want. Let's say that there's another reading that you normally do in class, and we as the school have the ability to push it out in various platforms. Why not push it out as a read aloud? I can select this add button. And as long as you have the title of the story and the text of the story, we can then create a read along, a read aloud for our students on a story that you want. In fact, you can make your very own story, right? So if I come in here to Gemini, which we have access to, I can come over here and say, please craft a children's book. Actually, just a children's story for a student with a 200 Lexile level reading ability. Please make the story about a student on their first day of school. Please include that the student is new to the school, is worried about making friends, rides his skateboard to school, and in the end has a great day and has made friends with others who also like to skateboard. Right? And so once I put that in, I'm going to go ahead and hit submit. And so Gemini will then craft that story right here. I'm going to then copy this out. Of course, you would read it and see if you want to make it longer, if you want to make it shorter. You can do all of those things. And all I have to do is put it in. And I can title this with Max's First Day. Right? And so I have all of these words here. Let's say I want, the primary language is English. I'm going to select preview. It'll allow you to go through and see exactly what the preview of this reading would look like. At the moment, with these, we're not allowed or we're not able to put in images, but I'm sure that will change as we go. Going to select attach. And now this brand new reading that we've crafted for our students is now put in here for the students to read. Okay, so it says right now the story is attached or ready to go. Now, do understand when you make these stories, it does take the Read Aloud app about 10 minutes to process the story and understand the different words so that when the student does read, it can gain all those reading fluency analytics. But this is, again, a great way to bring in stories other than what are already in the Read Aloud. So I hope this helps you understand what Read Aloud is, and hopefully you can use it in your kinder, first, second grade class, and maybe even third. Have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day.